Good morning. Good morning. It is Friday. We are gonna have a fantastic day today. Unfortunately, we missed a great move in the pre-market. I did not get on at the news candle at 8:30. 8:30 just shot straight up after it hit a beautiful breaker. And I sat down and had some computer issues, and I'm seeing this breaker right here. I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I missing these? Look at that. And it was just methodical. It wasn't high volatility, which makes it so much more inviting to get in, to take it short, target the swing low, go for this low. This would have been a fantastic move to be a part of. So we missed that one right here. If we would have got in right there, that would have been 17 handles so far with almost zero drawdown. That would have been really nice. 15 handles, one and done on a Friday. We missed it. So now we're going to sit and wait. So we're going to pull up the charts and we're going to look at what did we have? What did we miss? Here's the news candle. Look what we have here. We have a purge of liquidity on the low side right here. Okay, there's the purge of liquidity. And then if we go down, here it is. We start going higher. Look at this breaker. High, low, high, lower, low. And there it is right there, my friends. There is our breaker. Nice entry would have been right there on a 5-minute. Your drawdown would have been it would have been 6 handles for a drawdown. And then it goes higher. Then it goes beautifully higher. Boy, oh boy. If you could have held through all this and waited for the news candle, you could retire. You could have retired. Nope. We'll see what happens here. So that is what we missed. That is the backdrop to our trading. Good morning, John. Good morning. Good morning. I was just mentioning how I missed this nice breaker here. The news had a nice breaker here. This would have been nice. Just some nice opportunities. Nice opportunities that we're going to have to make up for. So, you know what? As far as 30% on the weekly candle, the only thing that I don't have clarity on is it is not a completely full-bodied candle, meaning it has a wick on the upside. And from what I remember from him sharing is that there really was no wick. It was just either straight up or straight down for 4 days and then a retracement. So I could be wrong. I don't remember. I just remember to start looking for, higher prices if we moved lower for the week. But we'll see. We'll see what it wants to do. Ultimately, I'm going to be playing price action. What price action is willing to give me. And right now, that is what it's giving me. Not much opportunity right now.
Man, I wish.
I hate sitting down right when a trade's planning because then you feel rushed to want to take it. I didn't take it because I've done that crap like that before. Didn't take it, but look how it played out. Yeah, Asia and London moved nicely. Nice price action. Higher highs, stabs lower. That would have been a great day trading London. Let's mark our New York open. So there's our open. We got plenty of time before. Oh, that's our midnight open. We have plenty of time before the New York open, so we don't know really what our opening range gap is going to be. I'm going to jump over to another screen and make sure it's working properly. Okay, we are. Good, good, good. So this is the daily open. Let's look at the daily. I want to see what the daily looks like. Did we fill that? Okay, we went lower here. We grabbed liquidity on this candle and on this candle, tagging this daily fair value gap, or what's left of it, and then it tagged the consequent encroachment of it. So that's bullish in itself. But we have a high, low, higher high. We would have this as a potential daily breaker. I'm gonna get rid of some of this stuff here. It's just confusing. Get rid of that. That's a daily breaker. Let's go down to the 4 hour, see if it looks any better. So that's the swing. It's right in a bearish order block. The 1 hour. The 1 hour would be right here. Let's see if that looks any better. That would have been the 1 hour breaker. So too much movement for that to take place. The daily and 4 hour. Nothing here that's really grabbing my attention as far as previous price action that I can hang my hat on. The 15-minute I thought was my best one, the best one right here. It's why I was interested in that. The 15-minute provided a high, low into a 15-minute fair value gap, a higher high, we break lower, and the first time we are reintroduced to this 15-minute, and that breaker is right here, which makes for a beautiful, beautiful price action to show that it may want to go lower. So we do have two 15-minute fair value gaps that are sitting higher. So that may draw for higher prices. We didn't grab these lows right here. There's not a fair value gap for an inversion. There's one right here. There it goes with some power. This is our 50% line, that red line on the bottom there. Good morning, BF. Good morning. Glad to have you here this morning. I'm going to see if we have any type of reaction from this candle or if we're going to continue lower. We missed my breaker entry up here. I wasn't on. I just was getting on like when it was like right here. I was so bummed to see this. If you just do the news candle, this is our 50%. This is what I like about this. Is where this order block is. I like to see the order block around the 50% level. That tells me that I'm calibrating my levels somewhat well, that I'm have these on appropriate levels. So I always look for that kind of stuff. Look at the 2 minute. I really don't want it to go down yet. Honestly, what I would love to see is us to come back up to this level, stop, and then go back the other direction. So today is going to be another day where I've reduced my size. I'm increasing it a little bit from what I did yesterday. And I'm working on holding through drawdown and holding for bigger targets, looking for 20, 30, 40 handles. Because a proper breaker will actually deliver that kind of price action. So I'm still on reduced size to get to that point. So let's gonna be a good one. We're gonna see beautiful price action today. We are done for news for the day. We don't have any more news other than the PPI core something I. So let's see what price wants to do. Let me make sure all my stuff is up. MNQ 22. 22. I'm just making sure my my copiers are all set up correctly because I made trades and didn't have my copier set up properly, and then I take a trade, a phenomenal trade, get only one thing happen. Next week should present many opportunities with a solid week of news, events, saving my gunpowder for them. That sounds like a plan. Whether we get a setup today or not, here's what I like about what you said, John. Your presumed ability to say, I'm going to stay out of the market and I'm going to wait. That is a valuable skill set to acquire. So kudos to you for being able to do that. Or at least say it and make that your plan. That's one thing. Doing it is another. If that's really what you're planning on doing, I would encourage you to get off stream, to get off your charts altogether so you don't get tempted. But if you want to maybe do a low risk trade with me, you can do that as well. Got 6 minutes till open. We'll see what price wants to do. I think I like that level. I like that as an inversion to this swing high. Maybe this swing high here. We'll see how price wants to react, though. Ooh. I want to see us tag this 3 minute, maybe tag the 2 minute. We're already in the 5 minute. If we look at breakers on the downside, we have this nice breaker sitting right there. I like that level too. This would bring us back down to the data lows. Really would be. I mean, that's a big stretch if price is bullish. So if we come all the way down here, I'm now questioning: are we bearish? To be honest.
So ideally,
I would not want to see this come down all the way. Sorry for all my yawns, guys. I think I was up till like 2 a.m. last night. I was messing around with ChatGPT and some data from the charts and teaching AI how to read fair value gaps. I think I've successfully taught my AI to identify fair value gaps and what a swing low and a swing high is. So I'm going to start incorporating, or I'm going to see if I could teach AI ICT concepts and see if we can turn them into a trading bot, or at least write me code on how to take a breaker. If I can do that, take micro setups. Hey, that's a long-term project. It's nothing that's going to be happening today, but I was excited about it yesterday, and I stayed up late just trying to train GPT to read. Three minutes till open. Where did we close yesterday? We closed right here. So we are not going to have very much of an opening range gap, if any. If we do, let's see. There's the opening range low. I'm going to change this. I usually do yellow when I'm doing the opening range. So this is the opening range, meaning, hey, all we would really have to do is tag into this and we could go higher if it wants to fill it. Yeah, I submitted all the data from yesterday's price action, and I gave it my reference points for my breakers, and it couldn't do it because I needed it to understand what a fair value gap was. So I had to teach it what a fair value gap was, and then I had to teach it what it means for a swing low to stab into a fair value gap. So I did all that last night. So we're gonna see if that helps. But I'm going to mess around with it. I mean, I think it's fascinating that this thing is self-correcting and learning as I input information, and I don't have to code. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have that skill set. My wife's sister's husband is staying with us. Their whole family is with us right now. And he codes. He knows how to code stuff, and that skill set, I think, is insanely valuable in today's day and age. I can't do that, so I have to use things that can write it for me, and thankfully ChatGPT is getting to the point where I probably could put in a strategy tester or put in the Pine editor on here and have it write me some code. I tried some earlier, but I just didn't know how to prompt GPT quite yet. So, all right, open. Here we are. Oh, I'm on the 2 minute. Let's go to the 1 minute here. Okay, so see the tiny, we basically don't even have an opening range gap. So here, let's show you. I guess here's the opening range gap here. So we still have some space here to the downside. So that could be a potential draw on liquidity. I just wanted to see, let's write this up. All right, so that is our opening range gap. The bottom of it is our midnight open, We have a breaker right here. So we might need to wait till 10 o'clock because I don't see this happening all right here. We had such a giant move yesterday. Today's immediate morning price action could be really crappy. One thing that you guys could do, going back to our chat GPT conversation, is I took all my trades in a CSV file and I dropped them in there and it analyzed it for me. And you can actually, I asked it, I said, when are my most profitable trades? Like what hour am I the most profitable? And it was clear in all of the data I sent it that between 10 and 11 a.m. I'm the most profitable by a large margin, which is crazy for it to be able to pull that and show me. I know that there's other programs that have all that information probably on their dashboard, but you just submitted it and then it talks to you. You can ask for it for different information and it gives it. So my afternoons, I need to stay away from. I usually give back profits in the afternoons. Sorry for having my charts too small here. Let me zoom in on those. All right. The more we drop, the more I'm like, oh, look at that breaker. Look how nice that is. It didn't have a fair value gap on the right hand side, but on the 2-minute or on the 30-second, purged the liquidity right into the breaker and a drop. Also gave us an inversion right here. Nice inversion as well. All right, so now that we've absolutely have pushed through this 50% level, let's bring the 50% level to the lows. Oh, and we just tagged it. There is 50% right there of the entire range. We just closed below this fair value gap. Watching this inversion. 50%. I'm watching this for an entry. I think it has legs to at least get to this. The higher it goes, the less likely I want to take it. Yeah, dang it. I'm not taking that. We closed too high to this swing high. 4 to 30. Wow, that was further than I expected. Holy cow. I should have taken that. I didn't take it. I thought this was a lot closer than it was, and it was actually almost 10 handles. But that meant my drawdown would have been 10 plus handles as well. So that was if you saw that, took it, kudos to you. I did not take it. I got chickened out when I saw how high we went, because 95 to 105 went up 10 handles. And then that was about another 10 handles. So we tagged it. I should have taken that. Now we just hit a low, high, lower, low. So here's a breaker. If we can get a little more and we come back down into this fair value gap right here, or into this breaker, that would be interesting. Here's your 30-second breaker. It's just a little clear. Fair value gap left. Here's your swing high. Waiting for it to break through and come back down. I'm bullish. I want to be bullish, so I'm going to delete that breaker, because I don't want to see price do that. I don't want to distract I want to take this. Technically your entry could be, here's the highest closed candle. You could take it on this wick. I want to see it come into this fair value gap, maybe into this bullish breaker. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna get in right there.
Order filled.
Let's see, 16.
Order submitted.
All right, that's my current entry right there. And I have my stop loss set. Let's see, 42. I want to see it hold this fair value gap. And I'd like it to push higher. If we lose it, I'm okay losing this. This is something I would be willing to lose on. I want to see price. I'm in a position right now where this is my entry. I'd like it to go to this fair value gap. That's 21 handles. And it could potentially even push higher. We're also about to enter the macro. We're not in the macro yet, but come on. What would this be? That's 33 handles. Let's see where price wants to go and how it moves. I'm gonna do 20 handles Friday. I'd like to just
Order submitted.
I'd like to get it and be done. Now I'm working on holding. I mean, I have 10 handles right now. I could close my position. I could be done. But I am working on holding my position. I'm working on holding my position. I'm working on holding my position and not getting out. So I could take one contract off, but I didn't. So that's that.
Order
Well,
filled.
I'm stopped right there.
Order filled. Order canceled.
That sucks. I had it there, but like I said, I'm working on sitting on my hands when I get in an entry and holding. So I really wanted it to come up and hit this level right here for 20 points, and it got within basically 6. You gotta be careful. If we do something like that, let's see what we got here. All right, if we inverse this 30 second, I'm gonna re-enter. The aggressiveness, if we're aggressive back up, I will go long right here. That bearish breaker hit on point. If you see this breaker right here, look at the breaker. That would be the bearish breaker to the downside. So what this tells me is if we continue lower, my bias is wrong. I mean, that's really what it is. And for breakers to work, your bias, it needs to be on point. And it's pretty clear that I was not correct in my assessment. So we are looking. We just tagged these swing lows. This is the data lows. So data lows have now been taken. Now that we've grabbed liquidity, if we close right here, we grab liquidity, grab liquidity. First target would be here, close of this. We didn't close it there. 6 seconds, see if we get it here.
Order filled.
I got a tight stop on this. Let's see if it plays out. Morning, Raul. There's my entry right there. I'm seeing if we're going to hold this fair value gap. If we close below this fair value gap, I'm out. And I want this to be a green candle right here. Okay, that's what I want to see. I'm not liking that. That is a large candle. Unless it wicks back up right now. Nope.
Order filled.
Closed it. Well, that's 2 on me. Price action is nice, but it's violating the rules. I downsized today, so I'm okay with how today played out. It just didn't work out where I wanted. The probabilities, I'm following all my rules. Probabilities tells me that it will move in my direction. Here's midnight open. Tag twice. Now the key, I'm just talking about me at the moment. The key for my psychology is, all right, well, I took this breaker here. It gave me 10 handles and then it rejected it. So I lost what I potentially could have had because I was targeting a higher price. Now at this point, I need to be very careful not to try to do revenge trading or over trading to try to get back what I lost. This is psychology 101, but it's the first thing you learn in psychology for trading psychology, but it's by far the hardest thing to overcome, especially for new traders. So we're just waiting. We are waiting for price to form to show us something that it wants to do. We even closed on this 1 minute. I mean, this trade right here that I took, I don't regret taking that either. I mean, it grabbed this liquidity, it grabbed the data lows from the 8:30 news candle, and then it closed above it, at least on the 30 second, maybe the 1 minute. It closed on the 1 minute. Here's a fair value gap right here, but it did not pan out. I mean, you can't. That's the setup. That's the setup. So when the setup doesn't work, it doesn't work. Here's some equal lows that are right here. Looks like price just wants to keep falling. So when you're trading like this, you got to be careful. When you got such hard price action down, it's obviously violating a bunch of discount PD arrays. So you got to figure out when is price wanting to retrace or turn. And it's so easy to try to want to catch the bottom or the reversal. And when you do that, you actually can hurt yourself because you're going to get violated, especially if the draw on liquidity is a lot lower than what you may think it is. So you just have to be careful, and even not taking the first try. So like right here we have a low, high, lower, low. So this was the initial breaker from the AM that I would have loved to take, and it's coming back to it and respecting it. I'm just looking at price action right now, trying to figure out, do we have anything to the left of price action that's showing reason why we might find support here, or if we want to continue lower for lower prices. Well, it's dropping now, my friends. It is dropping. I'm not going to be chasing that. There's no reason for me to try to chase that.
Order
I'm
filled.
trying something here just to see if it... I'm going to get out here shortly.
Order filled.
We are here at this 3-minute BPR. We're finding support here. I want to see how we react here and see if we find some support. It's 9 o'clock, 9:04. I'm watching this right here. I am watching this. The reason I'm watching this is it's coming into a 3-minute BPR. So, and we have relatively equal highs right here. Okay, are we closing? We did.
Order
All
filled.
right, I'll take that. Stop loss will be as soon as we hit this swing high.
Order submitted.
As soon as we hit that swing high, I'll be moving my stop loss to break even, targeting these equal highs right here. My stop loss right now is sitting below this order block. So if we violate this order block, we're probably going lower. So that's a proper stop loss for me. Especially on an inversion. those are the equal highs, or that I would be looking at. Set my limit order.
Order submitted.
I like this green candle closed. It's easily could wick down here. This will be my last trade. I'm not, if this doesn't pan out, I'm missing the market completely and won't be taking anything else. I will close my charts and we'll get off stream.
Order
and it looks
filled.
like I am tapped out there, guys. We're on the wrong side.
Order canceled.
We're going to be done for the day. Yeah. Alright guys, well we're going to be done for the day. I'm going to call it quits. Get off the charts. Go do something else. So, not the best Friday to end on, unfortunately. And we will get back at it here next week. So, thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. Take care.